Okay folks, so in this last video we're going to start to animate the character and create an idle pose. So we've got a nice rig going on, we've got some basic skeleton going on here with the torso and the arms and the leg, everything's attached in the right way, and we want to apply some animation to it. So important thing you do is make sure you select the rig, not anything else, not the game object itself, the actual rig, and hit add component and type in start to type in animator, and you'll find it here. So we want animator, not animation, we want animator. Okay, with that selected, we then want to create a new animation. So if you go to window and animation, if it doesn't pop up and it's just sort of floating about, you need to drag it somewhere so you can always get hold of it. I have it at the bottom here, and with the Dino rig selected, the animator applied, I'm going to do create. I'm going to create an idle pose here for my character, so I'm going to call it the character's name, which is Dino _ idle. So you'll have lots of different ones here. You'll have like Dino _ attack, Dino _ jump, maybe, you know, whatever you want to create. You're going to create different animations. So if you hit save, and now if I, with the Dino rig selected, and I just move this to wherever I want it, can you see there that it's created a pivot point for me? So we've got an actual pivot, sorry, not a pivot point, a keyframe. So it's actually created a keyframe for me. If I drag this along and put in, you know, another keyframe and move it, for example, what's going to happen is, can you see that it's going to move? So I don't necessarily want him to move, I just want him to be stood there breathing, but this is what's happening. It's very simple animation. So if I move on, what I tend to do is stick to about 30 seconds for the length of your animations, and they're going to loop. So first things first, I'm going to select these, Control C, move to 30 seconds and do Control V. That means that over that time, the start point is going to be looking like that, the end point is going to be looking like that, so it's going to loop perfectly. And in the middle, I'm going to make some adjustments now. So maybe on the torso, we'll rotate it a bit so he's kind of coming up, breathing. Head kind of comes down maybe a little bit. The arm kind of comes down. The left arm comes down. And if I select all these again, so Control C, move to the end, Control V, you can see there that the end pose is the same, and the start pose is the same, and the end pose is the same. So everything is looking good. Okay, let's hit play, see what it looks like. Now, can you see that it's moving quite fast? You see, in comparison to the robot guy, he's quite slow. He's really panting. He's breathing too fast. So what do you want to do if you want to change that? Well, you need to go to your animator window. Now again, so window, animator, I've attached it up here, and what's happening here is you've got the Dino idle. So this is our actual animation, and this is like the start of the game. So at the start of the game, we're going to hit the Dino idle, and at the minute it's playing at full speed. If I change this to 0.5, so it's half speed, and go back to the game and hit play, you see he's slowed down a bit now. So he's not moving as much. Okay, if I pause it and change the speed again to maybe 0.2 and play, there you go. So he's animating much smoother. It's much slower pace, so it looks a little bit more organic, more realistic. If you go back to the animation, you know, you can change any of these, make adjustments. So let's say actually I want to have the arm moving a bit more. You can do all that. Make sure you're in scene so you can see this. Right arm. So you can see those arms are moving a bit more now. Okay guys, so that is the basics of animating. So have a go at creating an idle pose, and in the next few videos we'll have a look at changing between different animation states, so you can have them animating in different ways. Alright, thanks guys.